And we are back. Season 2 of the podcast, season 9 of the league. Welcome in. We are 26 hours out from the start of the 2023-24 NBA season at time of recording. I am Gordo. Bergs is with me. We're your hosts. This is the Bullshit Pretend Friends Fantasy Basketball Podcast.
Yes, your 8 times chat MVP here. Hope you're all well after draft day. Can't wait for all the feedback on this video, as always.
So, there you go. We'll jump straight into this. I sneakily made everyone give us their tips just before we started recording this.
Yeah.
And I knew that putting the chat MVP thing there would roll you up. So are you counting like each time you leave and rejoin, like you're giving yourself an MVP, chat MVP award there?
The thing is, 70% of me in the league chat is better than 100% of anyone else. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Just because you take up 70% of the space doesn't mean that you are actually that.
Yeah. I've stated before in this podcast, and I'll state it again, I am the entertainment in this league. And it will be shown because from now on, I'm going to be Aaron. I'm going to be like Casper the fucking Ghost. And we'll see. We'll see who entertains the group. And then we'll see how their votes change. All right? That's how I see it. You weren't there. Like, you obviously were there Saturday, but you weren't there. But
I wasn't there.
There was a lot of disbelief about how irrational I was, especially during the yelling. Maybe I'll turn a new leaf. Maybe I'll just become the rational bloke, and I'm getting older, and I just chill out a bit. Maybe.
All I heard was you saying, "Which way fucks over Richo more? Vote for that."
Yeah, that's pretty much true, though. Honestly,
that's not rational.
No, that's very rational. I think if you ask most people, that's very rational thinking.
Just voting specifically to spite Richo.
That was not it. It was just part of the fun.
Yeah. Voting specifically to spite Richo is fine in a vacuum, but he's never won anything, so why are you trying to spite him so hard?
It's just a fun thing to do, mate. You know, it's just fun. It's about chaos. Like I said to the boys Saturday, it's all about chaos.
I invoked the chaos rules, and everyone had a big sook about it.
Oh, look, you tried. The problem with you, the problem with you, is that you tried too many at once, mate. All right, there was 5 rules, and you were 20 of them. Okay, so that was your problem, mate. All right, because we
3 of them were jokes.
Well, I hope so, mate. Because some of them were what the fucks, basically.
Chaos. I mean, we were, a bee's dick away from having a bit of a joke of a league going backwards to this weekly lot. So,
I'm okay how it's worked out, to be honest.
Yeah, it's worked out better because the common sense rule got up.
I went plus I've only got about 500 FAP left, so not going to be a big deal.
It's not that big a deal.
Oh, it's not. Fab to me is about as valuable as fucking Baker's balls. The smell of them. It's not valuable at all. It really isn't. Not enough players get dropped in this league to worry about Fab.
You say that, but we're just waiting for Anthony Edwards to get dropped again.
Yeah, but that shit only happens once, mate. Like Miles Turner, Edwards, that shit only happens once.
That's literally 2 examples. There.
I mean,
That's 2 examples.
Mine was because I didn't know enough. Shakey's was the dumb one, right? Shakey's was the absolute retard one because we told him, why are you dropping him when you're shit? And he just wouldn't listen. And that's what made it the dumbest move in this league. It really is.
And I can't bet against anyone in this league doing something dumb. So
but I just can't see someone of that caliber getting dropped again, mate. I can see some mid-tier player getting dropped and someone using 400 fab on him. Like a center that is the backup, and then his player gets injured for the whole season, and then someone grabs him for 403 points. Like that's going to happen, you know.
Is that Walker Kessler?
No, that's Tillman, mate.
Who dropped Walker Kessler last year?
Was that Shaky again?
Probably him or Baker, I assume.
Oh God, it was one of them.
There you go. It's happened last year.
God, yeah, but he's not Edwards level.
No, but like he's still too good.
He's one of the mid-tier guys, you know. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your top 2 or 3 players in your team. I'm talking like maybe your 6, 7 guys. Definitely might happen. But Edwards is he's a top 2 guy in
I guess Edwards wasn't the top 2 guy when he got dropped.
No, well, but TJ McConnell wasn't either, mate, and he got picked up for him. So, imagine Shaky's team now if he hadn't.
Shaky won that week, though. Shaky won that week.
Yeah, he did. He won that week, and that's all that matters, right?
I guess so.
All right. Well, I guess we better go through our predictions, right?
Let's get into our predictions.
Yeah.
So
I think we'll just go like
who have you got for champ?
Champ. It's tough. I basically went for the guy who came in with the most players and still had draft picks to the draft, and I think it's Crouch. But it's the same old story with Crouch. If he's healthy, he'll win it. If he's not healthy, see what happened last year to him. But on paper, with a healthy team, he's probably got the best.
Hard to argue with that, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's Crouch that's been favourite at the moment, to be honest, just based on that.
So who's your runner-up?
Well, the 2 guys I was picking between were Shaky and Aaron, because they both had extra players. Aaron obviously got Drew when he traded on draft day. Shaky had picks. I want to go Shaky because I don't want to have another year of him crying and intentionally losing, as we're calling it, or intentionally, deliberately losing or some shit, whatever we're calling it these days. So I'll go with him because fuck Aaron doesn't make a bet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not as high on Shaky's team, I guess. So I've gone Aaron to win, and Crouch as runner-up.
Yeah, so we're around the same.
Yeah, I just think Aaron's got the higher ceiling with some of his players, I guess.
Yeah, I think Shaky's bigs do let him down a bit, but if Capella dies or something like that, and the Congaroo starts starting, he's going to be he's going to be right up there.
Yeah, potentially. I mean,
that's his win.
It depends on like Ben Simmons kind of thing.
Yeah, look, he took
and Chris Middleton are good.
He took 2 big risks.
Really good.
Yeah, he took 2 massive risks in the draft, and then went safe with Harris. Harris is going to be safe, I think. So.
Yeah, high floor, low ceiling. Yeah.
You just know what you're going to get from Harris. If Harden doesn't play, he probably goes up a little bit maybe, but.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But yeah, look, I think they're probably the 3 clear guys, just because they had picks. Like obviously Brain is the champ, and Simo's always good, and I think Butters, when he's trying, he's generally pretty good. But he's relying too much upside on his kids in one season, I think, to win it. But you can't put it past him. But yeah, I think it's pretty. The 3 guys in front because they had picks, I guess.
Yeah, that's the draft capital. They've got the deeper teams at the moment.
Yeah, it can change, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, someone will get injured.
Yeah, look, there's going to be injuries. That's a given.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the other end of the spectrum. So I'll go first here.
Go on.
For my baseball victim, I have Baker, which is not a surprise. It's a very boring pick. And you're just escaping clutches there.
Yeah, I've got the same.
I think it's the most boring pick I could have made.
I've got the same too. Now, if the only thing that will change with me is if Jar decides to go on a rampage again when he gets back and dies in fantasy, then Strobes will be there as well. But apart from that, I think it's Baker and me, and Strobes just ahead of us. Baker's very. He's got a very he's put his team a bit higher than what it really is, to be honest. And honestly, I said to you this before we started recording that if he drafted better, I would be the favourite by a decent margin.
Only because he had 37 picks in the first 12.
Yeah, yeah, man. And I had 37 picks in the last 12. So
he's somehow wasted all of his picks. Like I thought Paul Reed would have been a good pick at pick 58.
Yeah, they're both decent picks if they were later. They were just way too early. Like for backup centers in the second and third round, like apart from Serge's horrid pick of Jalen, whatever the fuck his name is, name another backup in the second round or third round. I don't think there is one. So, it's pretty. That's why they're bad picks. I don't understand it. So, I think the angle he's trying to go by is like pick valuable players and see if he can trade them later for picks for next year, I guess. But I did offer him a second and third round of next year for 19 and 30, so he could have just done that and been better off.
I guess maybe if DeAndre Ayton decides to have a Sook, Robert Williams might.
Yeah, well, he's relying on people to die, so he's relying on MB to die, and he's relying on Ayton as well to have a Gordon-like tantrum and cause chaos.
I guess with Paul Reed, he is actually the power forward backup, so he's backing up a 39-year-old.
Oh, is he? He's not a centre back. Who's a centre back up for?
He's both.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
both. He's the first pick off the bench, so he'll back up both those positions. So he'll play next to Embiid.
Yep. Okay, we'll give him that.
PJ Tucker, being 1 foot in the grave at 39 is.
Yeah, look, I don't know why they love playing him. I guess defense, but how he's alive still.
Because he's PJ Tucker.
Yeah, pretty much.
Daryl Morey's boy.
Yeah. So I guess it's Owen now. Round 12 will be the Owen off.
Yeah, I've made this pick without actually checking the schedule.
I've only looked at me and Baker playing each other in round 12. I haven't looked at nothing else.
So was that was correct? Because
I play Strobes in round 10 and Baker in round 12.
Ooh.
But I think by then Jar will be back. I'm assuming by then he'll be back. When does I wonder?
The week 10 is December. He'll be well and truly back by then.
Yeah. Hopefully he shoots someone by that time. Round 2 is Strobes versus Baker. So that's going to be pretty massive. You'll pretty much see where Strobes is at without Jar. By then, I
have a big look at Marcus's game schedule for that week, because they could decide a fair bit.
Yeah, really could. I'm not going to go that deep into it though. No one else probably would have. But I'm going to go Baker because it's safe. If
Baker too.
If Strobes wins that round 2, it will then come down to round 12. Me and him.
You should be baiting Crouch into not playing more than 24 games this week.
Yeah, I traded your PT and Bill, man. Come on, do me a favour.
Make a bet.
Yeah, I've got a pretty rough fixture, but I always do. I don't get a good fixture ever.
It always seems like a rough fixture when you're bad.
No. Even when I was the Beast Bowl champ the year before last year, I had one of the hardest draws, even though I finished last. So it happens all the time to me. I'm used to it. I don't complain about it, but. I did like Baker. We'll probably talk about that later, but I did like Baker's idea in the group chat, which we can talk about later.
I didn't actually. I'm not sure I saw his idea.
I'm
interested to hear your thoughts on the strength of schedule.
Yeah, no, it's not the strength of schedule. It's to do with the conferencing and how we pick the seeds in those conferences, basically. But we can talk about it later.
All right, chat MVP, the last one, the new addition to the predictions for this year.
Yeah, well, I won't predict myself because I'm going to be like Aaron. So I'm interested to see who steps up. Who steps up in my absence.
Who's going to fill your enormous pants?
There's some good drive-by guys, but that can't get you chat MVP. You got to be
Chat
consistent.
MVP is all about consistency. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be consistent. You can't be like Serge and come in once every 3 months and throw out a bloody beautiful drive-by and try and claim to be Chat MVP. I think Shaky has the gifts down pat. He's the gift master, so he could get up there if he has a good year. So I've been liking Active Aaron, so might be a bit of a dark horse. Strobes probably, but maybe Baker. I don't know. I can't they're so far behind me in tier level of Chat MVP that I haven't even really thought about it, to be honest.
Cheers, you're a man built of modesty, aren't you?
Very modest man, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the drive-by is one. It's like you have to do it like every day. You just
you can't be a casual, right? Like that's casual chatting to me.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be like active in the thick of it.
You got to be funny and you have to be chaotic.
Yeah, and you can't be Buddha.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, he'll never win it. I'll never even pick him to win it. So, and I called him a legend. I've already given him enough compliments for 5 years.
Oh, gross. Yeah, stop that.
Yeah, no, it's accidental.
Shaky, when his team is good, he gets very cocky and loud.
And he's a pest. So
he's a fucking pest.
If I was going to pick someone, if he's winning, it'll be him.
I'm picking Shaky for mine.
Yeah.
He would be my pick for definitely the most annoying motherfucker we're going to hear this year if he wins 2 matchups.
Yeah. If he loses, he goes into his back into his rat hole, and you don't hear him for months.
Well, I don't care about fantasy basketball this
year. Yeah. He said about NFL when he had the hard start, and now he's had a few easy games. He's back up and about it. So it's very similar to the NBA, mate. That one when he's up, he's like a bloody. I don't know. Whose fans are like that? Where they're only up and about when they're good. North?
No. North fans are delusional. They're always up and about.
Yeah, true. Be interesting to see how Richmond goes with now their shit. Might be them.
What fucking focus?
Yeah, no, mate. I'm sidetracked. But yeah, no, Chat MVP. Yep. Fuck yous all. Let's see who can step up. Hopefully, a few of yous do. It'll be great. Let's burn on my shoulders, mate.
Please, someone else contribute.
Yeah, I'm all for extra contributions for everything in the league.
We need content to talk about, right? For an hour a week. So
of course.
Give us something.
Bloody oath. Give us anything. Be useful. I can't make the content and then talk about the content. You know what I mean? Conflict of interest.
What, you be self-indulgent? No, never.
Nah, not at all. I've got high morals and very respectful and a lot of integrity.
Right. So, okay. Anyway, we should probably make some tips for the week.
Well, are we going to talk about the draft at all?
Do you want to? I wasn't there. I got nothing to say about it.
Look, we probably should have talk about the draft. Probably should have a quick mention of it, right? There's probably nothing. It actually had a great vibe to start with. Obviously, with Baker's punishment. That shit was like I can't even describe in words the smell of that fish. Like I've never smelled anything like it in my life.
We have all seen your TikTok, by the way. We've seen it.
It was horrid. Like, it was rancid. But the worst part was it obviously got very hot over the trip, and it didn't look like any fish fillets at all. It was literally just dog shit, and that was the worst thing about it. But look, shout out to Baker. He was a champ. He did a lot more than what most people thought he would have. Because it was, especially copping that money shot in the mouth would not have helped situation at all. But look, it started well, the punishment, and then obviously we went to, it was good to start with. Then we got into the yelling, and the yelling went for about 48 hours. And I think everyone by, round 5 or 6 of the draft I think they just had enough, especially the guys that got up at 5 a.m. to golf. The vibe kind of lost. It. We had not Baker, Buddha and Shaky. Buddha and Shaky, who bagged the fuck out of me last year because I drove home. Both wanted to go home at like 10 o'clock, so we called an Uber and went home.
Did anyone go out?
I don't know if the other boys went out because we left at 10 o'clock, mate. It was still the sun was nearly up when we left.
That's very disappointing.
And then I had to watch Shaky have an exorcism in, someone else's lawn when we got home or in his house. But yeah, disappointed on them too, especially for how much shit they gave me. And I like, not just group chat shit. I caught Banner Club shit for that, and it was actually pathetic by them. I was actually drunk, and I was never going to go out, but I was keen to stay until the end of it because didn't have a license or a validated ID. So that was my excuse, and I'll stick to it. But yeah, look, the vibe was good. The yelling was great as always. Going through 30,000 fucking rule changes. My God, I'm glad we made a cap on that shit. But it's draft day. It is what it was. Then we drafted and we got to laugh at some really funny picks, as always. And it was actually good.
Are you glossing over the fact that you just said that Shaky and Buddha wanted to leave too early, but you guys also spent the whole time trying to shorten draft day? Oh, the yelling's going for too long. Oh, hurry up.
No. Draft day is not just about that, mate. Draft day is about having a chat to the boys. We don't catch up crazy amounts, We get to see the guest of honor in Gooder. We have a good chat to him. And, that's not just about yelling and drafting. It's majority and punishments. Majority about that, but there's still a 15% of just like, just that mateship, that pretend friend mateship that we get to have probably twice a year,
The bullshit.
Yeah, well, whatever. Pretend friend, bullshit, pretend friend. It's still there.
From what I saw of the yelling, you guys were doing a lot of conversing outside of that anyway. So,
Well, yeah. Well, that's because it went for 9 hours, mate. So, I reckon I had 14. I reckon I had 14 pisses while the yelling was going, mate. It went for that long.
When your gut just sits on top of your bladder like that and compresses the whole thing, I'm sure it means you have to go to the toilet a lot more.
It's used to it, mate. So it takes a while. So it just went for too long. That's what it was.
Okay, we'll have some extra rule votes next year just to make sure that we keep it going past 11 p.m.
But look, well done to Aaron and Crouch for hosting. They were very scared about Shaky. I don't know why. Really, he's a pest. That's about it.
Because
yeah, but that was a one-off thing. He felt bad about it. He felt bad. It hasn't happened since. I understand the fear.
He had a fight with my bush.
Yeah, well, that's fine, mate. He probably gave it a free trim for you, bud. You couldn't. We all know Shaky can't fight his way out of a brown paper bag, so he wouldn't have done that much damage. But look, back to the point I was making. Great work on the cans, Aaron. By the way, this is why I'm enjoying active Aaron. He's actually doing things now. Just make some bets, mate, and come to the chat more than once a week because your hosting was great. The hosting was great. Both him and Krause did a good job.
Yeah, look good. Sad though. Apart from the fish, which I was glad I missed. It was my can in the mail, Aaron.
It was still a great day. He just could have been better.
Try harder. All right. Get into some tips.
Yeah.
For the first week.
Oh, Jesus.
We are actually here. We've made it.
We have a lot of team names, by the way, new ones. So maybe there's only two that haven't changed their name. One is not allowed to, but we can talk about the team names and give them a little score out of 10 as well, I think, for the first time of the year.
Yeah, let's point out the fact that James Simmering is yet to change his team name.
Yeah. So yeah, I honestly believe that's the rule that needs to be changed. You need to change your team name within 24 hours of the draft. I love that, man. It's all about shots, mate. It's just a shot if you don't. Nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy, mate. It's just a shot. Crouch is keeping all the records this year, apparently.
Okay, well, there you go. Crouch, add a shot to Simo.
Yeah, I think it's worth, especially when everyone else has done it. Like if there was 3 or 4 blokes, I'd be like, fair enough.
No, that's worse. That's when you need to be imposing shots because like it sets a bad precedent. We can just let 6 people not do the job.
Yeah. Obviously, Bailey gets away with it.
See,
Forced him. No, he's going to impose nickname.
I thought he could change that.
No, not until he wins, mate. He didn't win, bud.
Oh, of course.
This has never happened. This is a first. We're going into a second season, start of a season with a bye.
So he's going to have this name the start of next year too, potentially.
Well, yeah, there's a chance. Yeah, definitely. Be silly of us to say it's not a chance.
God, I hope so.
It would be hilarious, definitely.
Please.
Yeah. So he's playing. The food is hot. You need a tray, which is shaky. Great name. Okay,
I was just going to ask: did any team names stand out to you as particularly good or bad?
Oh, his is good. I'd give his a 7. It's simple but effective. Like obviously, I've used Ice Tray before. It's one of those names that's simple but effective.
I couldn't disagree any stronger.
I know you couldn't, mate. You're not fun, though.
It's so bad.
That's what makes it good.
No, it's not.
Did you think Ice Tray was a good name?
No, I didn't think Ice Tray
everyone
was
else
a good
did,
name.
mate. So you must be the minority.
No one else thought Ice Tray was a good name. This is like one step away from when he had his team name I Felton on her bibbies. It was like, you don't need the extra on in there. Like, that's what Felton is for.
I'm actually okay with this team name. Like, it's pesty. It's simple. I like it. But that's me.
I approve of how bad it is because it's shaky, but let's not pretend it's any good.
The sad thing is, it's one of Shaky's better ones.
I can't argue with that. Yeah, probably is.
I'm just giving him some credit for actually trying. You know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that. But just side note, Richo's team name, Green Eggs and Bam, really should have been Melton on her bibbies.
By the way, obviously tipping Shaky in that matchup. By the way.
Did we? I guess. Yeah. Well.
I'll start from the top of the screen, bro.
Oh, no, mine's got the bottom for me.
Yeah, it's different for everyone. But we're doing it on my screen, so unlucky.
Well, I'm going to tip Shaky too, because no one's going to tip Baker once this year.
Maybe against me.
Depending
on how the...
Maybe I want to hedge by that point. But
all right, so the second matchup is we Wemby the name and Simo, who hasn't changed his name.
So Simo gets a 0 out of 10.
Yeah. I actually don't mind Serge's name.
So it's meant to be remember the name.
Yeah, it's just one of those average. I think it's just an average team name. It's just not special. It's okay. It's a little bit witty.
Is it witty? Is it a little bit witty?
Isn't it a quote from someone? I don't know. Whatever.
I think it's just like he really wanted to work Wembanyama's name into his team.
That's fair enough too. I wanted to try and get Ozar, but I just couldn't be bothered finding anything. So I understand it. But look, it's probably a 5 or a 6 out of 10. You know, it's just average.
I'd give it like a 4.
Yeah. We're about the full mark. About the ball mark there. Who wins that game? This is a bit of a good matchup for the first round. How's Wemby going to go? How's Chet going to go? How's Giddy going to go? All the new team. I don't know. If they start really well, that's probably what decides this matchup. Really, I'm going Simo. based on the fact he doesn't have those two kids, and he hasn't traded KD or Kyrie, so he's still got to back him in. And he didn't pick.
Yeah.
Johnson's his second pick, so.
I think Serge gave away a lot of his scoring upside and 3-pointers.
Well, yeah, but he's got blocks now if they play well, which is something he's never had. You know.
Yes, he's got blocks, but that's James's specialty.
Yeah, I'll pick a Simo for that reason, but.
Yeah, he doesn't automatically win that category like he would have just won points. And Luka is questionable.
I wanted to get a new, what am I going to call it? So like, who's, God, I've gone blank. Like blow up potential. Like what team who is contending is the most likely to blow it up first between you and me? Because I think Serge is a big candidate.
All right. So you mean like who's gonna rebuild? Yeah.
No, or just blow it up and not try and make playoffs. You know what I mean? Like sell guys for future assets.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that.
I put on Serge as my two.
He's got Dame. He's got Randall. He's got Siakam.
Yeah, definitely all guys he can flip.
Yeah,
if he decides to go the way, but because he's relying on those two kids to carry a couple of categories. Like if they don't perform well early, there's a chance like he could blow it up pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yep. I get you.
And that's the same reasoning I have Buddha there because he's relying on the kids too to like make a big jump.
I'd probably say I'm also picking Simo for this matchup, by the way. But this is the matchup of the two guys that I would pick to actually.
Well, yeah.
He's got KD and Kyrie, especially if one of those guys gets injured and he cops a loss.
I'll put this little subject on the end and we'll talk about it later. Simo's team, specifically those two guys, we'll talk about that later. It's just about the value of those two. I want to see where you stand with it.
Ominous. All right.
Anyway, next matchup, Jimmy Eat World versus Lucky Number Devon. So Bahrain versus Aaron. Good matchup. What are the names like, man?
Well, gotta have a big tick of approval to the 2000s. Fucking that emo band, Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
Band, I don't know. Big favorite. I do have to point out to anyone that missed this, Matt's team name was originally Jimmy Butler Eat World. I'm like, dude, you don't need Butler in there. His name is just Jimmy. Yeah, just take that out.
Dumbass.
So he loses points for that, but at least he listened to me.
Well, look, out of the league, how many people know the name?
You don't know who Jimmy Eat World are? Like, go away. Have you ever heard of them?
Nope.
You never heard of Jimmy Eat World? You would know their songs.
Probably would know their songs, yes.
You would. And you're wrong for not knowing Jimmy Eat World.
No, mate, I've got a lot of music that I like, mate. You know.
You're wrong.
I do. What'd you say they were? A punk band? Did you say that?
Yeah, like I don't know what they're classified as, like fucking punk emo. That 2000s kind of like not grungy stuff, but
good Charlotte type emo stuff, or worse than that, or better than that.
Better than that, like pop punk. I think they'd be classified as.
By Blink.
Little bit more towards the
Pennywise.
No, you've gone too far to punk there. Go more towards the pop.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll give them a Google and see if I know their songs after we finish this. Just for you.
Oh, yeah. You'll know a couple.
Obviously, Lucky Number Devon, obviously, Lucky Number 7, blah, blah, blah. It's perfect. Fine. Yeah, it's like a 6 or 7 out of 10, that name. I'm okay with that name.
That number is exactly, that team name is exactly 5 out of 10.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right, mate. Matchup. I'm obviously tipping Aaron.
Yeah, so am I.
Brand had no picks. He's going to have to do some work, and he missed a lot of players. They got picked before his picks. He was getting a bit flustered. So.
Yeah, not that it was like a particularly special pick, but I did feel good when I texted Matt my pick of Kobe White, and he just said "fuck you."
Yeah, well, balls, man. He would have wanted White for sure. He needed assists, so you end up getting Westbrook, I think.
He did. To be fair, he took Wiggins right before the pick before me, so Wiggins was who I wanted.
Yeah. So you said Aaron too, didn't you?
Yeah, we both did Aaron there.
So yeah. I believe the next two names are the two best. By the way.
Okay.
So Jarwick versus Christmas Sabonis. They're good names. They're great names. They're very good names. Jarwick is amazing. When I first saw that, he was the first one to change his name. All of us on Saturday laughed, cracked up about it. I think that's such a good name.
Because it's a good name, or because the context of it makes it?
Oh, yeah, that's what makes it a good name. It's contextual, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, like the context around it makes it hilarious.
Oh, it's a brilliant name. It's absolutely brilliant. Like, brilliant. There's nothing more I can say about it. It's a 9.5 out of 10 every day of the week. Because of the context.
I'm giving an 8.
Oh, that's good for you because you've given some shit scores, mate.
Oh, I'm not impressed with the team names this year. Christmas Sabonis. First of all, I believe that he has heard the words I'm about to say. That Crouch definitely has thrown out as a team name possibility around Domantas Sabonis. That Richo has, and I've definitely said it. $20 Sabonis bet. It's so much better.
So what about praying Domantas? Did you write that last year?
No, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
It's fucking brilliant, mate.
I like what you were trying to do. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah, I got you.
$20 Sabonis bet, which shout out to Crouch.
That's actually really good. Actually, if that was his name, it would be the easy winner. I have to agree. $20 bonus bet Sabonis bet would have been fucking great.
Yeah, but
highest quality been.
So there you go, Buddha.
He doesn't bet enough, so he doesn't know that, you know.
So, well, I thought we were all gambling degenerates.
Yeah. Now, also, that's Buddha for that one, that matchup. No jar. You can't pick and stroke.
Oh yeah, shit. No, yeah. No shit. Yeah, I'll tip Buddha as well.
Jar, you'd probably be thinking about it a bit more.
I just wanted to have something different from you, but not on that one.
Yeah, not on that one, bro. No. I don't know. Maybe the next one, maybe. Obviously, we've got Green Eggs and Bam, and I Am So Smart SMRT, which is you, obviously.
There's obviously me. So the obligatory Simpsons reference.
Nah, it's a great name. I like your name.
It was very. I said to Richard and mate, it was a very boring name. I didn't really have much better. I was trying to.
It's a good name. Any Simpson context name is a great name. I don't care.
That's what I usually go with. Yeah, Simpsons works.
I'll give you an 8.5 for that name, just because it's Simpsons.
Better than I give myself.
I do like Green Eggs and Bam. Like I'm fat. It's food. You know. Do I love it? No, but I like it.
I think it's like it's fine. It's nice. It's a 6 kind of thing.
Yeah, 6.5, 7 at best. I'll give it a 7 because I like food. But
I think if he'd gone with the Melton on her bibbies, that would be perfect. 10 out of 10. But Richo's not creative enough to listen.
It would have been hilarious just because of the context again. Shaky with his
exactly. Yes, exactly.
Context doesn't matter.
Ironically funny.
Look, this match, you guys, I thought you did really well, by the way, with the draft picks you had, especially your first couple. I think you took a couple of players I wanted, or at least one of them.
Yeah.
But I can't use the logic of no picks and then pick you when Richo had pick 8 and 9. and he went pretty safe. And then he had another one, didn't he? Pretty 15 or something. It's his. So you can't tip yourself, can you? Or do you have to tip yourself?
I have to tip
right, so we're going different here. I'm going Richo.
No tanking.
I'm going Richo, so at least we got one different. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the logic I've used the whole tonight is he had picks. He had early picks.
But there are keepers as well that are impacted in there.
Mate, you had to. Mate, do you want me to bring it up again? You had fucking Shea and Joker to make the playoffs, mate. You can't be talking about the keepers. Okay? You come up against your nemesis and couldn't make the playoffs, mate. Okay?
You also can't say that everyone's your nemesis.
Everybody can. What the fuck? I hate everyone.
Where does that leave us with the last matchup?
So the last one is another really good name, I think. Six Nugget Happy Bill. I like it. My son liked it when he heard it. And obviously Brunson Burners is my name. Went very simple.
Personally, I would be more partial to the cheeseburger Happy Bill.
Yeah, same. Yeah, no one gets a Six Nugget Happy Meal unless you're fucking 8 years old. But
yeah,
if taking it on that side, fair enough. But I would have went cheeseburger Happy Meal if that was my team name.
I'm looking through his team to see what puns he could have used to.
Does he have better? He probably hasn't used before,
But yeah,
I like it.
No, that's good. Like, yeah, that's I enjoyed that one.
Sorry, that's Crouch, isn't it?
That is Crouch, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I said Simo for.
Why did you have to ask that? Don't you remember who you traded Brad Beal to?
That's exactly what I just looked at and thought, hang on, I traded him to Crouch. What the fuck? So apologies there. But sorry, Crouch. Yeah, look, Crouch has that many players. He's got a lot of options, really. But I do like that name. He must like nuggets over cheeseburgers, I guess.
And that makes him wrong.
Extremely wrong. Of course, mate. Of course. I agree with you. But yeah, obviously Crouch will win that matchup, by the way.
Obviously.
But I have to pick myself, so...
You have to pick yourself.
It's going to be rough this year, mate. It's going to be real rough. This is probably an easy one for you this year. If you lose this would be a Surge-like fumble, I reckon. If you somehow lose a tipping this year.
Fumbling.
I'll let you talk about my name, because I went very bland and basic with mine.
What's your team name? Brunson Burners. So you took Josh Lloyd's nickname for Jalen Brunson and made it into your team name.
Well, I didn't know it was his name. I don't listen to that.
You are a creative genius.
I literally didn't look at any names for this. I was trying to find names for Ozar. And I was just like, I can't be fuck looking anymore. And I was just like, Brunson Burners. And I literally I don't know who the fuck Josh Lloyd is. Is that some guy who makes podcasts? Is that him?
Yeah, he's the basketball monster guy.
Okay, yeah. Well, I obviously didn't see it there. So I was literally just like, Bunsen burner. Shit, I can just do that.
Yeah, I think you could have used something around when I look at you and step down and say hello, Tom. You say hello.
Oh God, bro, that's a fucking 4-hour name.
Look, man, just look up Mr. Thompson from The Simpsons.
Yeah, I know, but so I just couldn't be bothered, mate. All right, I'm not gonna lie. My name could change this year. Not even gonna lie. If I think of something.
Well, you are like the highest chance. You are $1.10, which is being very generous. To trade every single one of these players.
No, definitely not.
No. If you had to pick one team that would end up with 0 players who are currently on their roster now at the end of the year, completely turn over the whole roster.
Baker?
Is there someone more likely than you?
Baker.
Baker's got LaMelo.
Yeah, it's fine. I got Franz back, mate. I got Ozar. I'm not trading Ozar, bro. I don't think it's me and Baker, by the way. We both got kids, so we won't trade our whole team. I've got a plan.
How many times have you said you've got?
I got a plan,
Good
mate.
plan. How many times have you said, "I'm not trading player X. I'm not."
Yeah,
trading
look, I understand that
trading-
my past history doesn't really help me here. Okay. But I did my moves. I moved 4 of my keepers, mate. So if you said this 3 months ago, you might have been right.
I'm just saying, like, if we had to pick someone to trade, to turn over their
Well,
entire
mate,
roster,
obviously you'd pick me because I make the most trades, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
I'm not saying he's guaranteeing you to do it.
I think
likely.
Simo's going to trade more players than me during the season. Obviously not now. I've already traded 4 people, so I'm obviously in front now.
I mean, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we will see, mate.
Won't we?
We will. Yeah. Look, I understand the money's on me as smart money, but it is what it is, really.
All right.
Simo, change your name, bro.
Yeah, dude, fucking hell. Like, we've got 12 hours until the season starts.
Yeah. And I reckon you stuffed up at the start of the thing. You said 26 hours, bro, till the season starts. Well, you might have to listen back to that.
They don't know what time we recorded it.
Well, they do now. If you made it this far.
No one makes it this far.
But while we're talking about Simo, I just wanted to, obviously, he put the feelers out there for KD and Kyrie to be open to trade, right? And it's just an interesting chat to have. Obviously, I traded some older guys like PG and Bill, and I thought what I got for him was pretty good. What is KD's value at 35 years of age?
It's
I think he's
more than either of those two.
He's in LeBron territory now, isn't he?
Well, what did LeBron go for last time he was traded?
First and a second.
Was that it? The first and the second?
I reckon that was for LeBron. Was that LeBron and Curry? Or was that just LeBron? Might have just been LeBron.
No, that was just LeBron.
Yeah, first and second.
First and the second.
Would you give up a young stud for KD?
Give me a name. Name a player.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just I don't know. Right. Okay. So.
Well,
someone like Paolo.
If you give me
someone like Paolo.
Like Paolo. Depends on roster construction. Depends on where you're at with your team.
Like I think KD's at the stage now where he's only going to get traded for picks. I would think it'd be silly of people to rent a player for a year, maybe a year and a half. He only played 40 games last year, mate. He played less games than PG and Bill.
Yeah.
I know he's elite. I know his stats are still elite, but at some stage, age matters. LeBron's still throwing up elite stats, mate.
Yeah. So I guess to me, I fear that KD and probably Kyrie just die on Simo's roster because he's not going to get the value. No one's going to pay what they're actually worth.
What about together? Would you give up a young stud for both of them? I think that's his best. I think that's his best chance. Like Kyrie's only 31, so he's not as old as KD. I think them together's worth a top 20, like top 25, something like that player. To a guy, to a team that's winning. Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at the names and that, but it's hard, mate, because everyone values their players differently.
Okay. Would you trade Donovan Mitchell for both of them?
If I was contending, possibly, because he's 27.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay.
If I was in contention and there was a massive chance I could win, I would trade Donovan Mitchell for them. Let's go Trae Young. Would you trade Trae Young for those two if you're contending? Someone like Shaky. Let's make it realistic. Shaky, who's going for it? Would you trade? Because you're not trading Halliburton. Definitely it's a no.
I've already traded Trae Young for KD and Kyrie in my head. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's just going to be if he ends up, he has to just tone down his expectations, and get Young and maybe a pick somewhere for both of them. I don't know if he's trying to first. I don't know if that's enough or too much. Or
would you give Osara?
If I'm contending, but I'm not. So I'm a straight up no because I'm not contending, right?
Okay, well, forget that part. Like, just in a vacuum.
Yes, I probably would.
Yeah. LaMelo.
Yeah, well, I don't really rate LaMelo as high as everyone else because of his ankles. So yes, I would.
Okay.
But like, there's obviously some studs that you will never trade, like Shea, Halliburton, Wemby, Chet. Wouldn't be trading any of them.
For both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they're all top 10 player capability,
Yeah, look, I think if James comes knocking, offering both Kyrie and KD together,
a contending team would have to think about it, right? You'd be seriously thinking about it. You're definitely listening and you're sorting something out. I don't think the players Simo selling them separately. I think it's like on a lesser value, Bahrain if he sold LeBron and who's his other old prick?
Jimmy,
yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he's better off packaging them together rather than selling them separately. Because
I think the idea that you can just use these guys for a young stud is overstated.
Yeah,
I think that Matt with LeBron and Simo with KD and Kyrie, as long as he's got those two guys, as long as they can collect a early enough draft pick or like sneak a rookie or some kind of younger keeper to like he's got Bridges and that keeping his roster youngish enough.
Murray, he's got Levine, does he? Does he have Levine?
Yeah, he's got Levine. He's got Jamal Murray. So perfect. Yeah, they just keep contending. And like he's better off just running it back with them every single year until they eventually die because you just won't get good value.
Yeah, you're about right. And I think that's how it's going to play out. To be honest, like I even 2 years ago I thought that John Simo's team. I don't think nothing's changed to say that they won't die on his team.
Yeah, if he last year was the year.
He had to trade last year. Yeah.
Like if KD has a good year, KD has a good year this year, Simo's not selling at the deadline because he's a competitor. And if KD has a bad year and
he won't get nothing.
Anything for him. So this is where we are. I don't think he sells.
Yeah, the 40-game season definitely hurts him.
Yeah,
I know that for sure because I had players who went through the same shit.
Yeah, like a perfect example is Kawhi.
Yeah.
In theory, I want to sell Kawhi for fucking whatever I can get. But also, like, when he does play little games that he plays, he's worth more in those games than anything.
I don't think there's never been a doubt about that either. Like, I was saying to PG and Bill, I was very happy to get rid of them because I just had enough of their shit, basically.
And then the load comes off.
Yeah, because I could have kept them and had a crack. Again, that was my thinking. I had two modes this year. I would have another crack, use my first and second again, or just go for a little mini reset,
So we went with the.
Yeah, and that's what I did. So yeah, no,
Alright.
look, it's interesting conversation, isn't it? So especially in Dynasty, like your older players, your older stars, like when to trade them, what your expectations are, and will they die on your team? It's pretty much what you got to keep asking yourself.
I think with the team, you just keep running it back as long as you can, and you try and reload and refresh where you can, little incrementally,
Yep.
and get
Right.
get other players turned over. But yeah, I think
It was honestly, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a very good conversation to have. Because there was some couple of offers for Wemby too during the off season. Well, during the last month or so, that weren't too bad, to be honest. One was pretty bad, but one was okay. Like, but if because obviously Simo was one that did offer that, and Richo was the other one. It was just good to see people having a crack. I'm okay with that shit, man. Have a crack. You got nothing to lose, everything to gain. As a trade slut, I applaud it.
more trades. Let's get more trades going through.
Because I have to trade less, mate, if everyone else is trading.
You just want that dopamine hit of the trade.
Yeah. Like watching someone trade. Watching someone trade is good enough as good as trading, mate.
You're just like a drug addict. All right. That'll do us for today.
Good one to have. Yes. Yeah.
Get excited. Anyone looking for a bet tomorrow? Nuggets to win by more than 10. Fucking lock it in. They're gonna smash the Lakers.
Yeah, you think so, right?
Yeah, just by so much.
Also, there's just a quick question. The lads have been asking about when pod's going to happen. Do you have an update on that for the fellas?
On the what?
On what day the podcast is going to happen every week?
What? I guess we'll attempt to keep doing Sunday nights.
I just kept handballing it to you, mate. Because it's on you, right? It's on you.
Yeah. We'll keep trying with Sunday nights.
It works best, doesn't it? Yeah. Just to ease some minds, mate. I've had some worried listeners.
Well, the worried listeners wouldn't confirm if they were gonna continue with the Monday to Sunday matchups. So we couldn't make any decisions until that was locked in. Look, we'll try and keep going every week, every Sunday night.
Perfect.
That's the goal.
Good first one. Really happy. I usually do say I hope everyone's players die, but just Bakers and Strobes this year, please. Oh, actually, and Buddhas, because I've got his first round pick.
Yeah, and Buddhas. Yeah.
So I've got his first round pick, so definitely want him to do that.
Well, he could just have put his eggs in the wrong basket anyway with his three players that are exactly the same. Anyway.
Yes, so choke. If you're listening, Buddha, choke.
Yeah.
Don't come back asking for your first. You ain't getting it.
All right. We'll be back next week to tell you how much Berg's lost by.
Probably 8-1. Put your money on 8-1, fellas.
9-0.
Nah. I'll get turnovers for sure.